This video is sponsored by PelucidFX.com.
Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Welcome everybody, let's take a look again at the gold market. Well guys, situation hasn't changed significantly since the weekly research. As you can see, yes, this price action was in fact the inside session to the Friday's one, and just there's no new setups for trading has been formed here. And as we said in our weekly research, the gold market, it's a bit boring from the technical point of view, but there are still some issues to discuss here, mostly for the perspective. The major thought that could be made here is that if market is forming and has formed some pattern and it does not behave according to this pattern, that should worry the traders, and you should take a look at the market in this case with the suspicious, and you should not take the position in favor of the patterns that has been formed but that do not work right now. Definitely speaking, I mean these patterns. So we have the bearish stop grabber, we have the bearish engulfing pattern, we have the completement point of this ABCD pattern right at the fib resistance, and in fact we have the resistance area between the 1340, 1360 area that includes the major 618 extension of the large ABCD pattern on the weekly time frame chart. 1360 is monthly pivot resistance one, and that is also the yearly pivot point. So in fact this is some resistance area, resistance range. But what we see here, trend has shifted bearish, guys. But what we see, market does not show any downward action within the whole week, so just stands flat. And we have the rule, the 3-period rule, that already has saved a lot of money for us, that suggests that if market does not show the action in a direction that it should to, according to the patterns that have been formed within the 3 periods after they have been formed, you should not take the position in advantage of these patterns. You should avoid to do this, because this could lead to the opposite action. Because it's just obviously that market does not want to show this action in this direction. That's why, from that standpoint, currently I do not want to take the short position, although we have the patterns on our back. At the same time, that is the only reason why we could take the long position here, because we do not have any patterns that point on the possible upper continuation as well. And that's the tricky moment on the gold market. This situation on the gold market mostly comes from the geopolitical turmoil that depressed the technical issues and that overrules them. That doesn't let the technical issues work properly. And in such circumstances, the best choice is to be focused on some intraday charts and to be focused on the very short-term setups and trade them, and to not take the position for the extended period, to not marry any position. So, for example, first of all, let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame chart, and a bit later I will show an example. On the 4-hour time frame chart, we still stand in this upward parallel channel that we have discussed previously. Already with here we also see some bearish signs. First of all, you can see that market has broken this high and high low consequence. So sequence, you can see this market has created lower high and lower low here, so some sort of the reversal swing. We have also this some sort of the bearish divergence with this development. But guys, previously I have shown you this one action. Just let me contract the chart a bit. You can see here and here what we have got here Market also has formed lower high, lower low. We have this hidden bullish divergence, right? But take a look what has happened after that. So, and I think that this action and that one is very similar. And currently I can't rely on this action as well as on this one, because after that could follow this action. Okay, so if market will form here the hidden divergence, this also could lead to the upward continuation, especially because on the daily time frame chart we see that market just does not follow the pattern that it has created some days ago. And here is an example of what we could do in general in the very short-term perspective. So in our weekly research we said that if market will form here the bearish grabber right at the 618 resistance, we probably could try to take the short position, because it should lead us at minimum to the previous lows. And that has happened. So yes, the market right at the 618 resistance, here is also the 618 fib resistance of that thrust down. Market has formed the stop grabber, has tested the weekly pivot point, and has shown nice depreciation to the downside. That's the example of the very short-term setup. So when you have the on hourly time frame chart, very fast pattern, you could trade it, but do not marry in position. When the market hits the target or shows some acceptable development in the direction of the pattern, just take the profit and do not think about any other greater setups, because gold market is very tricky right now, and in fact it has no direction in the short-term perspective, because in any time moment some new geopolitical issues could appear that could switch anything from top to bottom. That's why it's very difficult to trade it on the time frames, on the daily time frame chart and on the higher time frame charts. Right now you can see that market, by the way, has filled the gap at this section. Okay, this was the gap. Right now what we have, market stands around weekly pivot point, has tested it and turned to the upside, right? Simultaneously market has formed the two candles stop grabber, bullish stop grabber. It has shift trend to the bearish, but right after that has returned right back up again. This suggests the taking out of these highs, and I can't exclude that market will show something that looks like the butterfly pattern, or at least it should take out of these highs and will show some upward continuation in the short-term perspective. That's very short-term setup. Second moment that is worth of our attention, guys, here is the position of the weekly pivot points. So right now the sentiment is bullish, so market has returned right back up above the weekly pivot point, and I can't exclude that by this action that market has formed here, it could proceed right to the weekly pivot resistance one, because the pivot point stands in such areas that in fact contain all consolidation, and breakout for the weekly pivot point will be simultaneously the direction of the possible further development and the confirmation of this development, because when the market moves above the weekly pivot point resistance one or below the weekly pivot support one, it simultaneously tells us that the current action is not just a retracement, and market will continue move with this direction. And if you take a look at the daily time frame chart, you see that on the 4-hour time frame chart. Anyway, you'll see that currently the pivot points, I will show the contraction chart. You'll see that pivot points now contains and holds all price action, all this consolidation on the daily time frame chart. In fact, the pivot points are the borders of this consolidation. And if market will move not in one way or the other way, it simultaneously will have to pass through the pivot, either pivot resistance one or pivot support one. By this action, it simultaneously will tell us that this development will have the continuation. I hope that you will understand the logic of my statement. Well, that's why, guys, I think that in the current situation on the gold market, it's just dangerous to take any positions with some medium-term perspective or even on the daily time frame chart. All that we could do right now is just be focused on the very short-term setups at the yesterday's setup on the hourly time frame chart, as the today's setup, this possible stop grabber and the butterfly that could get some continuation to the upside. Only such patterns we could trade right now. due to the moments that we have just discussed on the daily time frame chart and due to the silent geopolitical turmoil.